And we're live. Hope everybody is doing well this Tuesday, August 25th, 2020. For some reason, now for this live stream where I started it the same way as the last one, now it's not doesn't have like the PC looking mode where if you're on like a PC, it will just look like if you everybody can see the screen as if you already have, let's just say like OBS or whatever it is to broadcast yourself. So it's good that at least they still have this option. I doubt like whatever I said actually had any sort of significance or anything like that, which I don't know why. I'm trying to get reacquainted here. Okay, that's just for the thumbnail. But at least now they let you upload thumbnails still, which is good. I don't know why they didn't do that before. But yep, for this chatting stream, it's going to be shorter than our normal streams that we normally have, just because starting at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tonight, we're going to be restarting our Esports NBA Live 19 season with our team. That's restarting. We're basically just having the playoffs for the season that was put on pause before. So we're just trying to wrap up this season for that. Uh, but yeah, hopefully, just with that, it actually goes well. For tonight, it's the first night. We're just trying to determine seeds. This is basically the play-in portion of our tournament to determine what seeds are in for the playoffs. Kind of like how they did in the NBA. We'll get to the NBA playoffs in a second, and also talking about big news like in for Barcelona as well. And just hopefully we can actually bring home that chip. Just because we worked hard this season and we want to be able to finish strong for that. I think the playoffs are going until October, so obviously it starts tonight. I don't know how. I guess it'll probably be determined like when we like actually play after tonight. We just wanted to see how well it goes for 7 p.m. But hopefully we actually just pick up where we left off because pretty confident in our team and some of the acquisitions that we made. So hopefully we can actually like show up and play. Well, with that being said, I know normally we don't have like shorter streams than that, so this might be like no more than an hour. But I figured like based on the poll that we have, you guys wanted us to return to our chatting streams, the first type of live streams that we've done since we started live streaming. I think the first one ever was like early 2018, so it's been about 2.5 years now almost. No, since we ever started live streaming. I still don't feel like a veteran or a pro at live streaming. It's just something I'd like to do. And just something for the channel. I know you guys liked it. I know it's still not early enough for those like in the UK and in Europe, because right now it's already past like 10 o'clock in the UK and then past 11 p.m. at night for the rest of Europe. I would try to eventually when we do move, eventually go back to the earlier live streams that we had. Live chat. I mean, if I missed anybody's, I apologize for some reason. Yeah, it's still stop at like top chat. We'd like to know what YouTube thinks of like what top chat is supposed to be, how it determines who's top chat and I guess what's bottom chat or whatever they determine that way. Um, it's kind of interesting. I don't know why they wouldn't just like set it, especially if there's not a big channel, just like leave it as all live chat. It's not like we have like thousands of people like trying to chat simultaneously, which I don't get why they would just have it by default, just for any channel with the ability to live stream, whether or not they're monetized. So that being said, if you have any questions about the esports team that we're on, let us know live or in the comments below if you're able just to catch the replay of this. I don't know. It depends on. I imagine most people will probably already get this far on the replay of the live stream, even though it's not going to be a long live stream. But still, we try to keep our promises best we can to try to bring back these type of streams that people were more accustomed of us as well. To try to like go back to a little more what we used to do, keeping most of a decent part of gaming in here too. Obviously with the esports team that we're on, just playing more NBA 2K20 and with 2K21 demo come already out. We haven't had a chance to play it, but I don't know if we would get it or not. Too, I guess that'll be determined by you guys in, in an upcoming poll. Whenever it's actually, I know it's available for pre-order now. It's $70 for current gen and next gen. The current gen, all your stats and all your products will be carried over to next gen. But I'm still on the fence on whether or not I'm going to buy it. Well, that way being said, I keep moving the table here, so I just keep shaking the camera. For tonight's like NBA playoffs, I know Damian Lillard and Kristaps Porzingis aren't playing just due to injury. I think Doncic is basically going to have to, even despite the sprained ankle from the last game that they played, and they won. I think the Clippers. I think they're either. I think the Mavericks are up 2-1. I want to see because I think they already played Game 4. Maybe they're not up 2-1, or they are about to play Game 4. Because I can't remember offhand. I know the Bucks are 3-1 on the Magic. Raptors swept. Celtics swept the Sixers, which is kind of surprising, which I don't even know to remain with the Sixers. But I guess this offseason is going to pretty much tell us like what's going to happen there as well. I don't know with the Lakers and Blazers. I think the Lakers are up 3-1. Trying to just pull up like all different games like right now. But yeah, kind of an interesting NBA playoff so far, just because didn't really expect the Sixers to get swept. The Raptors being the Nets was not really much of a surprise to anybody. The Nets just are good, but the Raptors have way too much talent, honestly. Not what I wanted to like show, but I don't know. I kind of wish there was like way to do like a hybrid way, like here, just like the old school way or the old way we used to for streaming on here, and then also like the way it was before, where it just had like the PC looking background, where it's not just like this blank wall behind me. We'll eventually like improve like the look of this as well too. That's especially for our channel members as well too. For those who've been tracking our latest video, they've already seen like all the investments and upgrades we want to put into the channel as well too, so they know firsthand like how committed we are to that and how serious we are for that. Also, we have to like go back and edit some, even adding additional channel member benefits as well. Just for like the snack options as well. For those who don't know, I typically like to either eat like either some kind of snack or eat something while I'm streaming, especially one of the days where I used to stream like just more time than I am now. I don't know if like think you have to either like I assume I could just edit it because I don't know if I would have to either just like delete this tier and then just like recreate it with the additional benefits already included. I hope not. I thought it would just be easier just to edit what it is now too. It would be kind of stupid where you have to like delete it and then just like recreate it, which I don't understand why you would be able to do that. I don't know why that's better, but I'm gonna pull up how the rest of the NBA series look. Yeah, because despite the Bucks losing Game 1 to the Magic, yeah, but I still think of us as like the favorite as of right now. Okay, it was 2. They already played game. Okay, so yeah, Mavericks and Clippers are tied at 2 games apiece. Let's see like yeah, Bucks lead the Magic 3-1. Rockets and Thunder are tied at 2 games apiece. Oh, actually, the Heat swept the Pacers, so I believe Bucks and Magic is the last one remaining because the Raptors won their series and then the Celtics beat the Sixers. So as of right now, what it appears to be, thinking the Bucks will probably end up facing, because the Raptors I think are number 2. The Bucks will face whoever's like the lowest remaining seed. I thinking I don't think it's Miami. It might be. It's either Miami or Boston they're going to be facing. But yeah, so far it's been like a fun. It's been a fun playoffs so far. I'm glad like basketball is back. It looks a little different than we normally are used to, but we're Game 5. Yep, Lakers lead the Blazers 3-1, but the Blazers are at least putting up a fight despite Damian Lillard's injury now for Game 5. Without him, I think that this might be the end for the Blazers, even though they put up a tough fight. But I guess we'll find out Wednesday because that's when they play next. But I was going to say, probably the biggest thing in sports right now, at least in terms of like one player and like their future, besides like other headlines as well, it's like one of the more important, I should say, at least globally, if you want to look on a global scale, it's like Lionel Messi, where he's going to end up besides Barcelona. Because I don't see any reason for him to stay anymore, considering this is probably going to be like both the short term and the long term, where they're going to have to do a lot of rebuilding, even though however much progress they made building a team around Messi, but they're probably just going to do like a bottom-up approach, because I don't see how they can salvage, based upon what we've seen, like the last trophyless season that they had. This past season was almost 15 years ago, and right now it just it doesn't look like they could probably move forward with Messi. As an AC Milan fan, I would love to see him with AC, but with Ibrahimovic, I don't think we would have the space for him. I wish Ibrahimovic could take the place of Piatek, just because the veteran presence there. Ibrahimovic like helped us at least carry us into at least a Europa qualifying spot. We had to basically just play our best football that we played all this past season just to get a spot, because we struggled so much to score most of the season. And Donnarumma, yeah, despite put his best efforts for like keeping, but just like you can't win unless you do him score. But I mean, probably most likely I see him going to a Premier League team. I don't see him staying in Primera or even go to MX or anything like that. Or even I don't think there's no chance for him going to MLS, because he's not that at that point in his career where it's like pretty much the end. He's still got a few good years left in him at least. I see him eventually maybe maybe do like what they did with like a David Beckham or Wayne Rooney. However well that worked out, I guess. I don't know if Messi would be open to that because I don't see Messi going to Serie A, especially not Juventus, because him and Ronaldo, they would not be on the same team. That just wouldn't happen. I don't see him even going to Inter or Napoli or anything like that. I think probably Man City is most likely like one of the most likely destinations he'll end up. Uh, but I don't know. I think to like go over Liverpool, I think Man City's gonna probably have to make a real push for that. Now, I don't know how well we would fit into a Premier League squad, at least their setup, because again he's played with Barcelona for however many years, for pretty much most of, if not nearly his entire like at least on the level tier one career. I just don't know like who would be able to like be able to fill the shoes that at least what Barcelona left at least for most of their history. But you can just tell they were just a shadow of their former selves, and as an AC Milan fan, they're probably in for most likely a decade of disappointment. You just like chalk that up, a decade of disappointment. At least the way things are going, just between the board and everything else, it's just I just don't see like them like really improving anytime soon. Really, in terms of really just being competitive and being against Real Madrid, especially in Primera, and even just like in Champions League, you just saw their exit. You just saw like the last humiliating match they had, an 8-2 loss. I mean, I don't know like how else you would emphasize like the turmoil that's been going on in Barcelona for that, and I don't know, but I guess we'll find out. I guess now it's like speaking of them, there's like speaking of like more of an impact. I don't know if like that asteroid is going to even like hit Earth or not. I don't know how many asteroids they've said they like were close to hitting Earth. Find it kind of strange that asteroids have been close to hitting Earth, but the vast majority of them have just barely missed. I don't know if it's just like we have like the luckiest spot in the universe, or if it's just like, or just like there's supposed to be like a big asteroid gonna come hitting the planet that we're on. This is not supposed to be like a big asteroid. It's supposed to be like tinier, or like a smaller asteroid. I think they were saying like 0.002 kilometers in diameter or something like that. I just didn't read the rest of the news article on it, but yeah, due to hit in early November. I don't know. I I don't know how like literally and figuratively of an impact it's gonna make anyway. I mean, it might if it hits the ocean. If it does hit, make some waves, but I don't know. I don't see it really making like a big dent or a big impact on much of anything. But I don't know. I could be wrong. I don't know if it's like the asteroid would break apart in the atmosphere and like go into like smaller like asteroids or meteors. I think it's either like it's a meteor, meteoroid, and asteroid. They all mean different things. People think they're interchangeable terms, but I think they mean different things. I don't know if somebody can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's just it's truly a magical time to be alive. It's like I don't know what else like this year is gonna throw at us. I don't know if it's just gonna be like, even just like more instability or just like something even more crazier that could happen or will happen or it's going to happen. I don't know. You would think I'd be speechless about this, but here I am talking about it on a live stream. But it is what it is. Pretty soon they'll start selling like asteroid insurance or something like that. That isn't a thing already. They might be saying that out loud. Someone steals the idea. But if it isn't already existing. But yeah, just getting back to the sports part too as well. Like we were saying before, for our online esports league that we're a part of, it's restarting tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's on the Court Battle League channel. I don't know if they're going to just have cross platforms besides like the one platform that it's on, but I don't know. Eventually, they'll probably have to do something like that to be able to either multi-stream or something like that, and being able to do that and just adequately promoting it too. Because I know it's like tougher with like the small staff that they have too. They do their best. They put in a lot of work, but still. But yeah, it's going to definitely be a work in progress. I mean, important to just have like the best possible product like to put forward here for tonight. Not expecting everything to go to plan, not everything to be perfect, but to have something encouraging to build off of. I think is probably the key. Not just having great matchups, having good games, but just having something that's inspiring to build off of going forward. Because really this restart, I don't think anybody expects it to really go smoothly, to have everything in place, to have everything do what it's supposed to do, and have it play out that it should. But just being able to have that constant feedback loop and have that open communication, not just with players but for fans and supporters as well. That's just being. Hey TG, welcome to the stream. Thanks for joining us. I'm not sure if you're back in school or not, but yeah. And speaking of school, I mean, yeah, colleges is going to be like really rough. It's going to be like, oh, it's going to be like a lost situation. You end up going back to campus, and then like people are testing positive, and then people either have to like leave campus or go off campus housing or go back home and just do online learning. It's just like, ooh, jeez, that online learning is gonna be rough. Assuming like you have internet access and have a strong enough internet connection, if you're not distracted. But yeah, I mean, people are like, oh, online learning won't like be a thing. Well, I guess they go one way or another, whether either by force or coercion. Yeah, you're gonna have to do some online learning. I don't know if it's going to be like something that sticks or if it's just something that either people outright reject or just like want to go back to, in-person learning. But you're telling me like even this like online learning, you didn't even have like some kind of plan or some kind of infrastructure in place even before all this happened. I mean, it's just like because colleges have like never really had much incentive even before this or really to like really like be innovative or improve. The inertia to change that is just probably like seems like insurmountable. Oh, I appreciate it. Thank you. Um, it's like however much they charge you, especially now. I think even with the online learning and cutting students off from facilities or either services they would have paid for, even just like still charging them full price. It's just like, well, that's what happens when you tell people that's their only option, at least, to better yourself and to educate yourself, even though that's not true. Just a stereotypical or traditional 4-year degree at a higher educational institution. I don't know why there are even like not even more options being available to people. But I guess that's going to not be more on like a public initiative, but more like individual initiatives and private organizations or private nonprofit organizations. Say not schools themselves being private nonprofit, but really just like trying to push for honestly just trying to give people more options available to them, not having to be settled either with what seems like an insurmountable debt, and then ended up getting very little return, if anything, from their I guess what's called an investment or the upfront cost of it as well. But I don't know. It just kind of makes me like you see all this going on. It makes me like want to just like write down a list of either proposals or solutions that I would probably do if I were put in a position where I can actually change something for the better, and not even just like for the future of higher education, just in our country and our society, but just like for a lot of different things. I started doing that just in general. I think it's somewhat outdated list now, but I probably have to like go back and like update it because like a few of them like I thought of as well too. I don't think I'll ever be in a position where I'll ever be able to like change anything for the better in terms of a position of authority or elected position. I don't ever see myself doing that. It probably wouldn't happen anyway if I wanted it to, but yeah, I just feel like those things are going to pretty much have to change because really the way things are going, I just don't see it being the best possible route for the vast majority of people. But I guess we'll see. But anyway, just getting back here, just like NBA as well. I know baseball's roughly at its halfway point for its 60-game season. My team, the Nationals, of course. Without Strasburg, yeah, we're definitely feeling the loss there. Like literally getting a bunch of losses too. It's just losing to the Marlins and the Orioles. It's painful to watch. Still support my team, of course, but it's like, come on, I know you guys can play better than that. I know Rendon's with the Angels now. I know we don't have the exact same squad from before, but most of the pieces are still there. We could still string together a winning streak and maybe just like salvage something. There's still plenty of games left, but I don't know. But with the NFL too, whatever, I assume the season's going to start as scheduled. Obviously, there's practices with pads for the most part have been going on. Some have been canceled, but for one reason or another. But it's supposed to start after Labor Day, so I think it's going to be like, the 13th? I think it's still week 1. So that's going to be, what? Let's see. That's going to be in about 3 weeks, I believe. But yeah, I don't know how many games are going to actually be able to get into the season, but I guess we'll find out. I guess like generally the NFL, and they're just saying that there was a bunch of positive tests. Like, oh, actually none of them are positive. Oh, well, never mind. Actually, what we just said before wasn't true. The opposite's actually true. Now we're saying what wasn't true before. Now what we're saying is true. It's just vaccine can't come soon enough, I guess, or at least people building up enough immunity to be able to fight it off on their own with or without a vaccine. You would think just something like as a matter of just being able to be healthy and just not, and just being alive would just be something. Oh, I don't know. Maybe at least we have a plan for. I guess not. But I know this sounds like rambling too. But I'm trying to get back into my old way of just being able to talk because I used to be able to do this like 2-3 hours at a time. I remember how tired my throat would be and how my voice would just be hoarse and it'd be coarse and it'd just be hard to just be able to recover from that. Cough drops help too, and then drinking plenty of water, but still, over time they just take a toll on you. And then now just be like it's just harder to find time to like do these. So whenever I can, I try to at least give people as much notice or advance in scheduling on our Twitter and our other social media platforms. However, we're going to utilize the rest of them going forward. I don't know if it's just like we either put a picture of the thumbnail that we're going to be using, at least for Instagram, for example, to be able to just show people like either more easily find us, because Instagram, I don't know how to. I wish they would be able to put links into posts. Unless I'm not doing something right, it's just like it seems like it's just like it's harder for me to try to utilize it more, because even just like a picture of like a post is, I don't know, don't really see like much of a response just from Instagram. Just random likes don't really do much of anything. And I don't really care about like follower counts or anything like that too. I just care more about response and actually having people support the channel. And I don't know, it's just like hard to, even if it's like, oh, people are like, oh, I just post every day. Well, if it's not working before, I mean, why would posting every day all of a sudden change it? I mean, if it's something people aren't interested in, they're not going to engage with it further, because however many pictures people go through on their feeds, you'll be lucky to get a split second of their time. If that. But I don't know. I think kind of surprised Stream Elements hasn't kicked on. Oh, but running. Okay, it's running apparently, but because I would probably see them pop up by now. But just getting back to like what we were saying before, just for Barcelona. Yeah, it's gonna be rough being a Barcelona fan for the next few years, at least for sure. I would really love him to come to AC, but I don't think that's gonna happen. Because I imagine Barcelona's not gonna just let Messi walk. They're gonna probably just fight and do everything they can to probably keep him there, or at least make it as difficult as possible for him to get that transfer over to another team. And just like if you were gonna leave before the last strike, you didn't really need an 8-2 loss to really just set that over the edge for you. It's like, I know it was your team for a long time. It's like, come on. You had a lot of good years. I think it's time to move on at this point. I think to find something else. Find another team to... No, I just want you there, but actually build a team around you, given the skill and caliber that you offer any squad. As we were saying before, for our online NBA Live 19 League, it's starting back up at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I believe we're going right at 7 p.m. Because I imagine there's more than just one game for these play-in portion of the tournament to determine playoff seeding to finish up the season. But yeah, I like some of the acquisitions that we made for our captain too. So our captain's really smart and knows what he's doing. He's definitely a leader, to say the least. But I trust his leadership. I think we're going to be probably one of the teams, if not the top team, one of the teams to beat, one of the teams to fear, and just don't sleep on us. But I guess we'll find out what the competition brings starting tonight. But yeah, I'm excited to see it come back. I definitely missed it. I understood why, for one reason or another, we had to postpone it. There's a lot of things going on, not just internally for NBA Live 19, but external factors as well, external issues. But at least now we finally have a plan to get back at it. And really just, maybe this could help with the future of the NBA Live series. I don't want it to end up being what basically Madden is, and there's only one developer just for each sports league. It'd just be, that's just probably the worst thing that could happen. Just basically to gamers, to any community. And it's you basically either have that or basically no other alternative. And it's and then all the problems you see on Madden, or all the lack of innovation or lack of changes, or any differentiating factors between each edition of Madden, you'll see that in NBA Live. Typically for worse, just because it just ends up just hurting gamers first and most. I was saying this before. I don't know why people think it's a good idea to just only go to one and just basically basically be a sheep. And they make the same mistake over and over again. Just make sure you get those sheep emojis out. Just like, yeah. Can you think of like one reason why just having one developer for each sports like is a good thing and that's the best option and why? Can you come up with a constructive argument for that? Probably not. Just because you only like it because everybody else likes it is basically like a sheep. You just follow everybody else. But I don't think we'll ever be like in a 2K league. I would like to at least try out, but I mean, we still got a lot of work to do to even just like even be good enough to actually be able to win games on the playground. Just knowing what I know now, at least for 2K, I wish I would have had more lateral quickness in my character build just to improve that. Because I put a lot towards finishing and shooting, and not really. But again, I'm more of an offensive player mindset there. For NBA Live, though, I'm trying to get more defense incorporated. Even for 2K as well, trying to get as many blocks and steals as I possibly can. But yeah, just at least start for our esports team and for NBA Live, we're more of a defensive first team. And for those who like offense, you should put more time into defense because if you're better on defense, you get more offense. And if you get more offense, you're getting more of what you want. I don't know why you wouldn't invest the time in that just for defense to get more offense. Especially if you like to, for better or for worse, to just only be obsessively with just trying to score in a game, even though that's not how you win games. It's not how you win championships, so that's not really how anything really should work. It should be more along the lines of like it takes a team to win a championship and just sticking to the fundamentals. As boring as that sounds, but that's what ends up getting long-term wins and long-term success. Now, everything just like from boxing out, just screens, just looking for that open pass, at least on a fast break or a transition offense. Those little things add up to something much bigger than just you. But I don't know. But yeah, eventually probably just like when we get in this stream here, probably just like I want to just practice. Just be able just to warm up and to make sure that we're ready to go. Because I was playing earlier on 2K, and yeah, it's just like, I don't know, it's like, I wish it was just like the OVR, we should probably be at a point where I would probably play more playground games, because it's harder if you're just going in just solo, trying to get a random pickup game, it's harder. Like with all the events they do as well, and all the flash and production value they try to put, not just an NBA 2K TV, but just, yeah, like, try to tell you, hey, you need to pay near $100 for this game, and here's why. We have all this production value, and we pay all these like people who have nothing to do with making the basketball game itself better. But you need to pay for this, and here's why. Can I just have like a good basketball game? Just that's like easily like controllable players. Just good movement, an easy to reach shot meter. Just be as realistic as possible. Just make it like easy to play and easy to learn. I don't think it's too much to ask from just the basketball game itself. I'm not really interested in just like really the flash and production values if it means like sacrificing the quality of the basketball game itself. But I don't know, it's just like one opinion right there. But probably just see okay, I'm almost 6. Okay. But yeah, for the stream we're probably not going for like another hour. Not like, well, it won't be like as like for probably no more than an hour in total. Just because like for like I was saying before, I don't know when the next chatting stream is gonna be. Because it's harder just like to find time to do these. That's why they seem more sporadic, and we try to like update people on our Twitter, so just give either like an update or news on like the next scheduled stream, whether it's for chatting or gaming, whatever it is that we end up doing. But yeah, just like for tonight for basketball, for tonight there's I think just 2 games, because obviously 2 of the series have ended. They would have been, if they weren't swept by the Raptors and Celtics, it would have been tonight, but these are the 2 remaining. The Jazz can close out the Nuggets. They're up 3-1. And then Mavericks and Clippers, we'll see who takes the lead there, because we're tied at 2 games apiece. And then for Wednesday, we were saying before, one of the series was basically already ended. I think it, excuse me, no it didn't, but actually, no. It was weird. They only had like 3 games then, too. It's like all the Western Conference round 1 games are still, round 1 series are still going. I don't know. It's like we'll find out, because the Lakers can close out and the Bucks can close out. I'll probably eventually be Lakers, most likely Lakers Bucks for the NBA Finals, most likely. Because I don't see any other team. Maybe Raptors Bucks. It may end up being for the Eastern Conference Finals. That's what it's looking more and more like it's going to happen. Because I don't see the Heat going past the second round, despite Bam Adebayo and Jimmy Butler on the team. I just don't see them getting past either the Raptors or the Bucks. The Sixers sweep and early exit in the playoffs is kind of surprising. I don't even see Joel Embiid unless they get like really good players to build around him besides Embiid and Simmons, maybe Tobias Harris, but like there's not much of a team around him. It's like he's one of your traditional centers right there, but even then it's like he's a traditional center. He's still going to somewhat struggle. Joel Embiid is to adapt because in today's game, it's not enough to just be a traditional center. You have to be just more of a utility or multi-purpose player, whether you're a bigger player or just a guard. You have to be able to just be able to do more on the floor than just play your position, but just really play the floor is the way I look at it. If I play on the floor, I mean it's not just only being stuck to one role or one position, but just being where your team needs you to be and to be able to really contribute where you can. And that obviously can variously and it's like very be adaptive and vary greatly in any game, whether it's just like scoring or just being able to get that open pass, just boxing out, just being able to get quick hands for a steal, whatever it is. But I don't know. It's gonna be an interesting offseason for them. Hopefully, for Philly, the Eagles step up this season. I think this season most likely will probably just take the East because I don't see anybody really being any sort of competition for us. Assuming we have like enough of a season to really determine division champions and we have playoffs, but I don't see us just canceling the whole season. I think we will have a season. I don't know how many games. I don't know if it's gonna be 16 or not, but yeah, hopefully like for this, if this doesn't kill off the preseason, I don't know what will. I don't understand why we had 4 preseason games before. It was just stupid. It's like half the players you see on there you're not going to see again. I mean, a solution could be like having at least one of the startup leagues, like even if the Alliance of American Football survived, or even the XFL survived. I mean, that could have been maybe a solution instead of just having preseason games that showcase talent. It could have one of those and play like in not concurrently with the NFL or competing directly with the NFL, but just being just another outlet, just in case if you didn't make the NFL, you have that. The CFL is kind of like an alternative, but CFL is just kind of seen as like a step down. But I don't know. I guess we'll find out. Still a lot of unknowns going on, but at least sports are slowly coming back, which is good. Being without them, yeah, it was rough. I mean, there was 2K League games on ESPN, but I just didn't feel the same. I was watching one like previously, about a couple weeks back. It was Timberwolves gaming and Blazers gaming. And it was just like, look at this. My timing could get better on that. It's really, I guess I'll probably have a different character build, more lateral quickness. Just thinking about it now. Maybe it's like maybe I could run with them. I don't think it would beat any of them, but I don't know. The timing for my shots have to get better. It's hard to get greens in 2K than it is live. And I don't know if that's just by deliberate action or however they design that, but let's see. I don't know what else. Let's see. So the other big team besides for football for Barcelona. I don't know if there's like another big like story. I don't know anything big. Yeah, hockey I haven't really been paying much attention to for football, but yeah, but even MLS is back tournament. I don't know like anybody who actually really dedicatedly watched it. Dedicatedly, I don't think is even a word, but even just like watched it like even somewhat consistently. But I don't know. Yeah, but I don't blame Messi for wanting to leave. Just like the drama, just like the shit show that basically Barcelona has become. But yeah, who knows? They're just like friendlies here, but I really don't understand for MLS how Cincinnati gets a team. I really don't understand who makes the decisions. I know St. Louis is getting a team, and Nashville I know is gonna get a team. It's like, boy. Yeah, and then Bayern just beating PSG for the UEFA Champions League final. Well, at least that at least PSG didn't win. So there's some solace in that. But well, same before. Hopefully, the league restart for the start like the tournament goes well. Something that at least we at least get to a point where it's we're at a level where we could build off that and continue to continuously improve going forward. But yeah, it's gonna take a lot of effort, to say the least. I don't know what the future of the NBA Live series is gonna be. If it does end up being on next gen for NBA Live 21, but just listen to your community if you have the ability to do that. Just listen to them. I know like there's always the risk of 2K just stealing Live's ideas, but there are people who actually play both. There are people who still prefer Live over NBA 2K, but I guess we'll find out. Let's see here. All right, I don't mean to keep hitting the camera. Again, I'll get back to my old form soon. Okay. Yeah, I was kind of surprised that none of the stream elements links were appearing, but yeah, it was almost 6 o'clock. Probably just like wrap it up here, but we'll try to like do another one later in the week. I don't know if we'll be able to do it over the weekend or not, because I don't know if I would like try to do like an earlier Sunday stream or something like that. Today's Tuesday. I don't know if I'll have time before the weekend to do another one. Just try to get myself more acclimated to this. So I know it's not a very long stream, but again, we have to really try to like hop in and not only just like get some like food, but be able to prep for the return for our online league. So I know it's shorter than most, but again, that's what replays are for. Yeah, just let us know. Comments below. If there's anything I missed, anything like you think we should talk about, your thoughts on Barcelona, just the NBA playoffs going on, NFL, sports in general, esports. If you're a part of it or like to be part of it, just ask for advice on how to be involved, whether it's even through an NBA Live, whether it's Court Battle League, or an NBA Live League, NBA 2K, or whatever online league you're in. Let us know if you have any questions. Be happy to answer them, not just even in the comments below, but also reach out to us on our various social platforms, whether it's Twitter at Verdict Squad Now, Instagram's Verdict Squad Now, Reddit's Verdict Squad, Twitch channel is Verdict Squad Now, and then obviously here our YouTube channel, Verdict Squad. Thank you for watching. Next stream is going to be at 8:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tonight, assuming that at the 7 p.m. restart of our season doesn't run longer. We'll let everybody know on our Twitter if it either has to be pushed back or canceled. But we'll let everybody know. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for your time. We'll let everybody know when our next Just Chatting stream is going to happen as well. We'll try to get another one this weekend, but I'm not sure we're going to be able to do so again. We'll let you know on our Twitter. Thank you again for watching. We will talk to you guys soon. Thank you for your support, and take care.